Good morning, students. Myself, Major Komal Katyal, Department of Zoology, GK Govani Government College, Bhinmar. Today, we will discuss about vermiculture, Quechua Samvardhan. Now, what is vermiculture? It is the cultivation of earthworms, specially in order to use them to convert organic waste into manure. Vermis means worms and culture means growth or to grow. केंचुआ संवर्धन में केंचुओं का संवर्धन किया जाता है और उससे खाद बनाई जाती है. Vermicomposting is a technology of composting various forms of biodegradable waste with the help of earthworms. जैसा हम जानते हैं, आदिकाल से केंचुए को किसान का मित्र कहा जाता है. Vermicompost is perfectly balanced and rich in plant nutrients. Now, what are the benefits of vermicompost? It helps in better plant growth and increases the crop yield. It improves physical properties of the soil. It enriches the soil with microorganisms. It attracts deep burrowing earthworms already present in the soil, which indirectly improves the fertility of the soil. It increases the water holding capacity of the soil. Water holding capacity can be defined as the capacity of the soil particles to hold the water molecules. It enhances the germination of seeds. It improves root growth of plant. It enriches soil with plant hormones like auxins and gibberellic acid, and it is helpful in eliminating the bio waste, which is not useful for us, can be utilized for the production of a useful vermicompost. Now, as far as the nutrient composition of vermicompost is concerned, it varies from species to species of earthworm, as well as it depends upon the climatic condition and the topographic characters of the area. The nitrogen content varies from 0.9 to 1.6%, phosphorus 0.7, potash 0.8, calcium 0.5, and magnesium 0.2%, while iron 175 parts per million, that is ppm, manganese 96.5 ppm, zinc 24.5 ppm, and carbon and nitrogen ratio 15:5. It varies, as I told you earlier on. Now, what are the types of earthworms? They can be divided into three categories on the basis of their habit and habitat: the epigeek, anistic, and endogeek. The epigeek are basically the phytophagous earthworms which live in the superficial soil layers. They are small sized, uniform pigmentation is there, and they have a very high reproduction rate and short lifespan. The most commonly used for vermicompost earthworm includes Escherichia foetida and Eudrilus eugeni. The anistic are the burrowers. They are phytogeophagous. It means they feed on plant particles as well as on soil particles. They are nocturnal, buried in surface litter, and form permanent vertical burrows. They are usually large size with dorsal pigmentation and moderate reproduction rate, and they have a very long, large lifespan. For example, Lampito moriti. The endogeek are the litter driver. They are geophagous. It means they feed on soil particles, live in permanently deep burrows. They are large sized with low reproductive rate, and the common examples are mentioned in the slide. Now, what are the requirements for vermiculture? As you know, we are actually culturing the worms, means earthworm, for the production of vermicompost. So, first of all, we will discuss about the type of earthworm which are used here. The most commonly used earthworm are Escherichia foetida, Eudrilus eugeni, and Perionoc excavatus. Now, other requirements include the pre-digested or partially decomposed organic waste. Then we also require the source of water. Buckets and water sprayer are required to spray water on the vermiculture bed. The tools required for harvesting include Dixter, transplant, weeding tube, tulip, digging, ladder, potting, planting, tissot, traditional. There are so many types of tools which are required for harvesting. Even a sprinkler system can be used and a normal water sprayer can be used. Other tools are also shown in this slide. Now, there are various methods of vermiculture, beginning from the household method. The household method is generally suitable for small scale production, that is up to 20 kg per month in a small place. Any wood or plastic container with a depth of about 8 to 12 inches can be used for this purpose. Depending upon the size of the container, drill 8 to 12 holes from 1/4 to 1/2 inches of diameter in the bottom for aeration and drainage. It will improve the aeration of the soil as well as remove the excess of water. For outdoor bins, a solid plastic lid is required. It will keep out the unwanted scavengers. The first layer is of damp soil or sand, and then we use the shredded newspaper or cardboard or fallen leaves or chopped up straw and other dead plants and seaweed. It forms the second layer. It is essential to moisten the dry bedding material before putting them in the bin. The bin should be about 3/4 full of moisture bedding, and lift the bedding gently to create air spaces which help to control the odor as well as give free movements to the earthworms. For about 20 kg vermicompost production, add 500 to 1000 worms of any type for initial stage. From time to time, add compost food scraps such as fruit or vegetable peels. Separate the worms from finished compost to prevent the death of worms. Now, about the commercial methods of production, means if you want a large scale production of vermicompost, there are two commonly used methods. One, the pit method, and other is a Windrows method, which is also known as a surface bed method. Now, first about the pit method. As it is clear from the name pit method, it means we have to first form a pit, मतलब हमें एक पहले गड्ढा बनाना पड़ेगा. Following are the steps of this method. First, construct a pit of approximately 3 into 2 into 1 meter of size, that is length, width and depth. Means depth should be 1 meter, width should be 2 meter and length approximately 3 meter over ground surface using bricks. Size of pit may vary as per the availability of the raw materials. Now fill the pit with the following 4 layers, more or less similar to what we have discussed in the household method. The first layer, again of sand or sandy soil, approximately 5 to 6 centimeter. This layer helps to drain the excess water from the pit. The second layer, a paddy straw or other crop residue of approximately 30 centimeter above the first layer, which will be used for providing aeration to the pit. The third layer, 15 to 30 days old dung over paddy straw layer at a thickness of approximately 20 to 30 centimeter. This helps in initiating the microbial activity. And the fourth layer, the pre-digested material about 50 centimeter. तो 3 अलग अलग स्तर बनाने की आवश्यकता होती है. पहला स्तर जो होता है वो मिट्टी का, दूसरा चावल के भूसे या किसी भी फसल का वेस्ट मटेरियल, तीसरा उसके ऊपर गोबर और चौथा कुछ पहले से ही पचित पदार्थ. Inoculate earthworm at the rate of 1000 per square meter area or 10 kg earthworm in 100 kg of organic material. Spray water on the bed and cover it with a guinea bag and maintain approximately 50 to 60% moisture of the pit by periodical water spraying. Now the second method, which is the surface bed method or the Windrows method, it is widely used for large scale production of vermicompost. You may please follow these steps. Load the organic waste in the form of a bed, preferably 10 feet in length, 3 feet in width and 1.5 feet in height. The size of bed again may vary as per the availability of the organic material. And after loading, the fresh bed should be covered with a jute mat or a dry agriculture waste such as rice bran, banana leaf, or maize residue. Now continuing with our Windrows method, first you have to sprinkle water over the covered vermi bed to maintain 40% moisture. Moisture percent can be checked by forming lump of organic waste using hand. It should easily form lump. If it is not easily forming lump, it means either the moisture content is more than what is required. Bed should be mixed thoroughly to prevent it from becoming compact. Now, continuing with the Windrows method, the harvesting of beds. The first lot of vermicompost is ready for harvesting after approximately 2.5 months, and the subsequent lots can be harvested after every 6 weeks, means after every 1.5 months of loading. Watering of bed should be stopped for at least 2 to 3 days before harvesting. Earthworms go down in the moist soil and the compost is collected from the top without disturbing the lower layers of the vermi bed having earthworm. Vermicompost harvested will be of dark brown color and free flowing. The harvested compost should be stored in dark and cold place. Now it is also shown in the slide that how harvesting of bed, first the removing of mulching and the collection of vermicompost. Now what are the precautions we have to take during vermiculture? First of all, only plant-based materials such as grass, leaves or vegetable peelings should be used for preparing the vermicompost. Materials of animal origin such as eggshells, meal, bone, chicken dropping, etc. are not suitable for preparing vermicompost, although suggested by some, but they should not be used. Residia, lopping and tobacco leaves are again not suitable for rearing earthworms. The earthworm should be protected against birds, termites, ants and rats, which are actually predators of the earthworm. Now, adequate moisture should be maintained during the process. Either stagnant water or lack of moisture could kill the earthworm. It means the both extreme conditions are always dangerous for the earthworm. If there is stagnation of water or if there is water logging, it will reduce the soil aeration, thereby killing the earthworm due to absence or lack of oxygen. And if there is lack of moisture, it means the respiration process of earthworm will be affected and it will also kill the earthworm. The vermicompost should be removed from the vermi bed at regular intervals and replaced by fresh waste material. So this is all about our lecture on vermicompost. Thank you.